Had some time to kill here on the beach in Maui, in Hawaii. It's a couple days before Christmas, a week before Christmas. Anyway, what is a Bochet Mead? Bochet Mead is a traditional style of mead that involves caramelizing the honey before fermentation. This process gives the mead a distinctive flavor profile, darker honey, and a rich aroma that sets it apart from traditional meads. Caramelized honey adds a depth of complexity, creating unique layers of flavor ranging from toffee and caramel to slightly bitter and burnt sugar notes, depending on how far the honey is taken during the caramelization. Characteristics of a Bouchet Mead. Caramelization introduces bold flavors, including toffee and caramel, roasted sugar, and toasted marshmallow. Prolonged heating can yield darker burnt sugar notes. The honey takes on a deep, dark brown hue during caramelization, leading to a darker mead similar to a porter or stout beer in appearance. The caramelization process enhances the mead's depth, creating a layered and sophisticated flavor profile with subtle bitterness and tannic qualities. The unique aroma is warm and toasty and inviting, showcasing the transformed caramelized honey notes. Here's some tips for making a Bouchet Mead. First, control the heat carefully. Heating honey beyond 280 degrees Fahrenheit can burn it, introducing bitter and off flavors. The key is to caramelize it slowly and monitor the temperature closely. Experiment with the caramelization levels. Light caramelization is like 220 degrees Fahrenheit to 240. At 220 to 240 degrees Fahrenheit, it develops gentle toffee-like flavors. For deep caramelization, that's between 260 and 280 degrees Fahrenheit, creates intense dark sugar and toasted flavors. Be cautious, burning honey produces a squid-like ink flavor similar to metallic or iron-like flavors that can ruin the mead. And it never goes away. Also, use quality honey. Starting with high-quality honey ensures a cleaner and more pronounced flavor in the finished mead. Floral or wildflower honey are excellent options for bouchets. Slow heating is the best. Using a crock pot is ideal for maintaining steady, controlled heat. Increase the temperature from 190 to 220 degrees Fahrenheit over several hours. Avoid any signs of smoke because this indicates scorching, which can introduce unpleasant, metallic or bitter flavors, squid-like flavors, just awful. Usually about 5 or 6 hours. Then, over the course of the next few hours, increase it up to 280 degrees Fahrenheit and hold it there for about another 1 to 2 hours for a deeper caramelization and deeper color. The bouchet making process is as follows. Measure your honey according to your recipe, usually about 3 pounds per 1 gallon batch. Yeast. Select a clean, fruit-forward strain. QA23 is great for that. 71B is great. There's a number of them. Equipment. Crock pot or a heavy bottom pan for controlled heating. Thermometer for accurate temperature monitoring. Make sure to have heat-resistant gloves and protective clothing. Long sleeves, pants, closed-toed shoes. This honey could burn the crap out of you, so be careful. Next, caramelizing the honey. Slow cook method, which I recommend. Start low. Set the crock pot at a low setting about 190 to 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Let the honey heat slowly for about 5 hours. Stir occasionally to prevent hot spots. After 5 hours, increase the temperature slowly to 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Hold it at 280 degrees Fahrenheit between 1 and 2 hours, stirring it periodically to ensure even caramelization. Monitor the process. Watch for changes in color and aroma. The honey should darken to a deep brown and a rich caramelized scent should develop. Very important to stop before burning the honey. Metallic or bitter flavors, squid-like flavors, just awful. And now for the cooling and mixing. You gotta follow pretty carefully. Allow the caramelized honey to cool slightly. Slowly add warm water while stirring it constantly to avoid splattering and to fully dissolve the honey. Adjust the total liquid to your batch size, for example, 1 gallon, 5 gallons, etc. Fermentation. Transfer your honey and water mixture, the must, into a sanitized fermenter. For me, I use a keg because I pressurize under pressure with a spunding valve. Pitch your yeast and aerate the must to support a healthy fermentation start. Use staggered nutrient additions such as Fermento to ensure yeast health and activity. Monitor your gravity readings throughout the fermentation to track the progress. Bouchet meads benefit greatly from aging. Allow at least 6 to 12 months for harsh, bitter notes to mellow and the fruity flavors to fully integrate. Over time, mead develops a smooth, well-rounded flavors with toasted caramel and dark sugar notes. the clarity often improves naturally through fining agents or cold crashing, which I use. Cold crashing can be used for quicker results. Fermentation can take anywhere from a few weeks to several months, depending on the yeast, temperature, and process. Mine usually takes about 10 to 14 days. I pitch a lot of yeast, and I really monitor the fermentation and feed with staggered additions. So why would I make a bouchet? I mean, people have asked me that. As I said earlier, the caramelization process creates mead with unmatched depth and complexity. By controlling the heat and experimenting with caramelization levels, you can tailor the flavors ranging from soft to sweet to bold and toasty. While it requires patience and attention, a well-made Bochet Mead rewards you with a rich, dark, and sophisticated drink that stands apart from traditional meads. Bochet Mead is a true testament to the versatility of honey and the artistry of mead making. When done carefully, it delivers a bold, memorable experience with each sip. Don't forget to download my free ebook, Mead Making at Home Easily, from the description of the pinned comment below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me make awesome content for you. Anyway, aloha. And for more mead making videos, click one of the videos over here.